Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's get right into it. Let's talk Tuesday best bets in the MLB. We have a full slate of action as we have 15 games coming to you guys live on this Tuesday. Also, we could couple this alongside the likes of the Stanley Cup Game 6 that we are looking for a little bit of a little Cats win here. Need Sam Bennett to come home with that Conn Smythe. So let's get that one done for all you hockey nerds out there, and let's get into the best bets. All right, so for those of you that are not subscribed here, welcome. This is completely free to do so, right? I do appreciate all my channel members. Thank you for being part of the team and giving back to the channel. But if you are not doing that, then you just need to subscribe to the channel, okay? That's how we grow here on YouTube. I appreciate you guys all tuning in, and at the very least, hit that like button. Let's try to get over 200 thumbs up on this video. As yesterday, gave you guys some free picks, ended up going 3 out of 4 on those best bets, and the only one that we lost was a plus money price on the Yankees run line. So that's kind of where we look at the Ohtani narrative. We were cashed on the under 1.5 Ks. Laid some juice there, but the bet's the bet, right? I had a feeling he was only going to go 1 inning. And you can put any kind of price on something if I know it's almost a guaranteed lock, and that's kind of how I felt about Ohtani going under the not getting 2 strikeouts in just a very limited body of work. Also, we were on the Phillies and the under. Those were the other 2 games that we had in the same game manner. Played them individually though, and the kind of zinger of the day was the Boston Red Sox. Okay, fresh off that Devers trade, I did give them out kind of as a very strong lean. If you guys wanted that plus money action there against the Mariners, that was able to come home for you guys as well. So let's get it going. Let's keep it rolling and get into the plays as we look at Outlier. First game on the docket, Philadelphia and Miami, right? Jesus Luzardo, I believe he was a Marlin at one point. Going against Cal Quantrill, who has been absolutely kind of, a shell of himself after leaving Cleveland and headed over, probably loving the weather down there. But outside of that, guys, his record 5+ ERA, 3-7 on the season. This is for me another repeat bet. I would go back to the Phillies here, backing Luzardo. And also, you're going to have to lay a minus 115 price on the run line to do so. But I don't mind the Phillies if you have a dance partner in a money line parlay. That's kind of the name of the game. If you do want to go down to that direction, you can find teams in that minus 150 to 200 range and really string them together. If you do like those teams to get the job done, that's how sometimes I attack it. 3 to 5 legs if you are going to do so. Phillies are definitely going to be one of those teams in that if you do want to add a money line parlay, okay? But no play for me officially. Next game, though, we will have a play. We're going to go to the Tigers on the run line. All right, I think this is a very warranted price. I think Casey Mize has been fantastic. Sub-3 ERA, 6-2 on the season, and the Tigers, they shred some lefties. All right, so Bailey Falter on the bump for the Pirates, and the Buccos on the road playing in Detroit. The only thing that really does worry me about this is that Detroit does not hit the baseball. We need them to win by a margin of 2. So there's a couple ways that you could approach it if you don't like what I'm telling you. You could go Casey Mize under his earned runs. Casey Mize to record a win is also something I looked at. I do like that if we get 6 or 7 out of him. That's actually a very strong way to looking at it. I might actually kind of dabble into that on the side, but my bet for the channel will be the minus 1.5 on the run line for the Tigers. Okay. Also, Tigers to not bat in the 9th. That's a great option as well if you can find that there on DraftKings. Okay. Next game, Colorado and Washington. We do get Santazela going against the likes of Michael Soroka. Okay. Now, as we look at kind of the Colorado game yesterday, that was 1-2 that jumped out. Minus Tovar, struggling, reeling, everything sets up. Washington, big money line favorites going against the Rockies, who can't, hit water if they fell out of a boat. Well, here comes the 15-57 Rockies, and they ended up winning a baseball game. So shout out to them. And today, I just don't see lightning striking twice. So I would go Nationals, but minus 200 is a very steep proposition, and I never trust them to score and win by more than 2. So we're going to pass on that one as well. Next game, the Angels and the Yankees. This is one where we look for Kyle Hendricks and Warren. This is a spot straight up for the Yankees, right? Their woes continue. Kind of look at their past performance and really clamp down on what we've been seeing as of recent. they're slumping. Judge kind of broke out in the first inning, so that was good to see. But as we look at kind of what the Yankees have been doing, they dropped 4 straight. And even in the game that they won against Kansas City leading up to that point, and that was a 3-game sweep of Kansas City, but the 1-0 win on the road against Kansas City, I think, kind of started this all, as they have been slumping overall as a team unit. The batting average is down, slugging percentage is down. And right now, guys, this is a little sneaky spot for the Angels here, plus 215. But backing Kyle Hendricks, not going to happen. So for me and my money, guys, if we were going to play this game, we'd be looking in the direction of using those Yankees in a money line parlay. That's just kind of how I feel about it. All right. But I do have a very strong indication that the Yankees, if they were looking to break out, this is a perfect time to do so at home, going against Kyle Hendricks. So, you know, Yankees team total seems very viable here in this spot. I actually kind of might look into that as well, because of the fact that we are seeing potentially a total that won't be over 5. Let's check it out just for argument's sake, and that's kind of where we would look into the 4.5. Potentially even going a little alternate here. As you look, guys, you can see what I'm talking about. These red little bars here on Outlier, if it's a red, they do not cast the said proposition next to it. So pretty much outside of the fact that you go 3 runs 3 games ago for the Yankees, pretty much in their last 6 games, they have not scored 4 runs. Okay, and that's something that does break this down a little easier so you guys can see it, and it's really quick information. So this would be a great bounce back spot for the Yankees if we were going to back them, but no official play. All right, next game I want to talk about, this is the Diamondbacks and the Blue Jays, right? Brandon Pfaadt and Chris Bassett. This is Diamondbacks for me, plus 108. I think that's a better price, albeit Pfaadt is pitching, Pfaadt, whatever you want to call him. But I kind of like the plus money here. For me, guys, though, it's something where Bassett is a considerable better pitcher than what we have going on. So it comes down to if you trust the Diamondbacks to hit the baseball on the road. Okay, if you believe in their bats more than the Blue Jays, I think that we get a plus money win here. But outside of that, that's how I feel about it. So no official play. Twins and the Redlegs. Okay, this will be an official play. We're going to go into the conversation here as we see the Reds minus 118 favorites at home. Total set at 8.5. We do have the potential for a lot more long ball, a lot more plated runs here as we look at the Cincinnati Reds playing at home. But I think that it's worth noting that the Twins in the spot, you know, they could be a little Jekyll and Hyde, right? Last 2 games collectively against Houston, I should say 3 games, 4 games, last 4 games overall, they have not scored more than 3 runs, respectively, okay? So I'm going to lean towards the conversation of the Cincinnati Reds. I looked at the under. I don't really like that with the Reds having the potential to score 11 runs. But I'm going to go and kind of back my man Andrew Abbott. Really was impressed by his performance against the Cleveland Guardians. I believe it was last time out, but the young 26-year-old lefty going at the Minnesota Twins, he had his first complete game. So I do think that we see a little bit more of that. He's only had 1 game, and that was the game before that against Milwaukee, where he had 5 earned runs. But pretty much in all his May starts, he has not thrown more than 1 earned run. So I want to go back right to it. Probably my favorite bet of the day. It's a little bit juicy, but Andrew Abbott, we will take him under 2.5 earned runs here, as you can see on your screen, at a minus 135 price, okay? So that's either the most fishy bet in the major leagues, or it's the pretty much lock of the day. But Andrew Abbott minus 135 under 2.5 earned runs. That's what I'll be backing in this spot, okay? Getting it down the board a little bit more so, Braves and Mets. That's the next game, 8.5. We get Peterson and Schwellenbach. I'm trusting some of the recent form numbers here. Okay, I know they're playing at Truist Park, a little humidity. Balls will be launching. I just want to kind of fade the Braves here, but I don't want to do it in betting against Schwellenbach at home. But I am going to be taking the under 8.5. I wish I could find this at like a minus 120, minus 125 price at a under of 9. Not going to get it. Not going to couple anything in the same game market to get that price where we need it. But I do like the Braves Mets going under the total of 8.5 at minus 110. Kind of a little sneaky play for me, okay? Because I think that as we look at this, a lot of people will see Braves, Mets, they'll look at these lineups and they'll just think, okay, they're playing in Atlanta, it's June, let's go. We're going to go over. I think that we get a little bit of a showing here by Peterson. I look for the Mets to win this game potentially in 4-2, 5-2 kind of conversation. Okay. Orioles and Rays. Dean Kramer going against Zach Littell. I lean Rays, just being honest. There's really nothing about Dean Kramer on the road that gets me going. So that's kind of where I am in this game. But the Rays at home against a team such as Baltimore, it's very hard to discount anybody traveling and playing in that stadium. So I would look for the Rays to win here on the money line, but not going to get involved. Okay, Cardinals, White Sox. I almost wanted to take a stab on the White Sox as we look at kind of Smith here going against Liberatore. Cardinals on the road. That's kind of the storyline as you look for them to take care of business. Minus 150 here on that money line. And for me, guys, the Cardinals have kind of had a little bit of a reversion to the mean here, as we look at them basically losing 4 out of their last 5, 3 out of 4 against Milwaukee. They're failing to score a lot of runs, and as they go on the road, it's very much hit or miss. I think the White Sox are live. I'm not going to bet them, but White Sox plus 1.5 at minus 130. Very attractive, okay? Very attractive for me as we look for Luis Robert potentially suiting up as well. So that's kind of how I feel about this game between these two clubs, okay? Next one, as we look into Milwaukee and Chicago, check the weather report. If you do see the wind blowing out, I lean over. Outside of that, which it should be, and I can basically tell you guys which way the wind's blowing just on the total that is set at Wrigley, and I can guarantee you I think it's blowing out at a total set at 9. We get Patrick against Ben Brown, lean Cubs and the over. I am very comfortable at the over 9 in this game. That's where I stack up in this spot if I was going to bet it. Okay, Royals and the Texas Rangers, as we look at it, this is a spot where I do like the Royals here, plus 115. Backing Seth Lugo going against Leiter at home. I just think it's kind of a contrarian play as well, but I don't think that Kansas City, as you look at them on the money line, guys, they dropped 6 straight, okay? So if they were able to kind of, show me something here, I'm never going to bet against a streak to end, but I lean Kansas City, but they just can't get out of their own way as they've lost 6 out of their 8 of their last 10 games. We'll just call it that for what it is. So that's been something where the Royals 34 and 38. And you know what? Let me just double check something real quick for you guys. Yeah, absolutely atrocious as you look at kind of what they've been doing. And it gets even worse if you want to talk about kind of who they were able to beat, right? Just White Sox. And this was against, albeit the Yankees series for the Royals, but this was six games collectively between the Athletics and the White Sox. The Kansas City Royals are not playing good baseball. So if you do want to get involved with this, and one thing about this, guys, we have not seen too many totals go even above 9. I think that you want to look at that as being a very strong possibility as well. So I would kind of dabble into the total. The only thing about it that I didn't like is that the Rangers do hit the baseball a little bit better at home. That does make me shy away, albeit Seth Lugo's pitching. But if you wanted to get involved with the under 8.5 in Kansas City, Texas, I don't mind it whatsoever. Okay, Red Sox and the Mariners, we're going back to the Walker Buehler, Brian Wu. Brian Wu at home, that's kind of the storyline. Walker Buehler's been flashing some kind of guts, I think, is the word I'm going to use, because if we talk about how he started off this season, now being 5-4 on the year, kind of not too crazy. There's even some rumors that he maybe even get traded back to the Dodgers, but looking at his last outing, 7 innings pitched, 3 earned, kept his walks down. He's had 1 and 2 walks respectively in his last 2 starts, but this was a great repeat for a follow-up kind of outing after the Yankees took him back to the woodshed. So I do like the fact that the Yankees are not playing today, and the Seattle Mariners really struggle to hit the baseball. So another little sneaky play for me if you do want to get involved with the Red Sox. Plus 1.5, minus 135. I think I could see that one definitely coming into fruition. So that would be where I would stand. Not enough stones to get them on the money line again. So it would be Red Sox run line or pass for me, especially with the total set at 7.5. There's not too much variance. So as long as the Red Sox plate 3 runs, I think that bet wins, but not an official play. Okay, Guardians and Giants. Hard to bet against Robbie Ray. I just didn't like the price, minus 160. Giants to not bat in the 9th inning would be how I would approach this game, or Robbie Ray to record a win. But with the Windians there, it's very hard to discredit the chance at some late game heroics. But they've been struggling a little bit, and Slade Ciccone not really getting it done, in my opinion. So it's Robbie Ray to record a win. Robbie Ray under earned runs. Robbie Ray total outs over. Giants not to bat in the ninth, and Giants, I would not go in the run line, but if you do want to find them in a dance partner, I would add that minus 160 price to go alongside what we've talked about in this slate. Okay, last two games we'll hit briefly. Houston on a bounce back, just don't like their pitching here in this spot. They're going to staff today. Minus 133 though is that price if you want to see them. So Houston on a bounce back going against Jack Sears would be kind of where you look into, or JP Sears, excuse me, and that's kind of how I view that game. The Astros let me down, needed them to win yesterday. So that's kind of how I would view that game. Okay. Next one, the Padres and the Dodgers. Randy Vasquez will be taking on the Dodgers club. Nice little successful win for the Dodgers at home yesterday. A lot of people were on the Padres, got to be honest with you guys, and we did call the Dodgers. A little too cheap of a price there. It was a little juicy, but there was a lot of sharp money, I believe, on the Dodgers. And today we'll look at these betting splits, and you can kind of see what we're looking at as we talk about the run line. Once again, Dodgers at home at a 80% of the handle, albeit 63% of the bets. So you want to talk about kind of where I'd be at. It's that Dodgers run line. Keep that ball rolling. Dodgers team total going over. I definitely love that one, especially with the total set at 9.5. Just kind of looking into that, and this may be something I end up getting into a little late night action. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to lay 6 runs at minus 110, so I'm not too enthused about that. The 4.5 though at a minus 182 price. There is that argument. Well, if they get 5, they're going to get 6. I agree with that, but you can see kind of the difference between 40% and 60% of their last 10 games. So statistically, sure, but realistically, outside of Randy Vasquez pitching, which he has been doing pretty decent lately, it really does pose the question of what we see in this game. I think we get runs. I think the Dodgers score another 6-run performance. But for me, guys, personally, this is a stay-away game. As much as I'd love to bet the Dodgers going against Randy Vasquez, unless you're going to get into the prop markets or whatnot, there really is no value on one side or another, in my personal opinion. So that's just how I feel about it. And sometimes the games you don't bet are the best bets and decisions that you can make each and every single day. So let's get into it, guys, though. A little quick recap. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. The Andrew Abbott, that's my play of the day, under 2.5 earned runs. Tigers on the run line, minus 110, and I'm going to take a stab at the Braves, Mets under 8.5. Let's try to keep the ball rolling and make it 3 consecutive cashes, and that'll be a nice way to start off this midweek. Okay, also, go Cats go. We need the Florida Panthers to win this one, so I cashed my Sam Bennett ticket, and we can move on into Wednesday and keep this kind of baseball. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. One more basketball game potentially. One more hockey game potentially, and until I guess you'd say August, it's going to be all systems go for the MLB and some WNBA maybe, but I don't handicap that too much. But it'll be MLB only until football season kicks off. So a little bit of an off time, but we'll keep the magic happening. So make sure you guys all have that subscribe button firmly pressed. Tune in, turn on that notification bell, and we'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your picks.